What's up, guys? Vipervaporpt coming back at you guys once again for another review, and today I'm really excited about this one because I've been looking around YouTube and I don't find any reviews about the machine I'm about to show you, okay? I've seen various ones, but it's not this one. This is the latest model, okay? They call it the iStick Killer, and quite frankly, it probably is. Okay, so let me tell you what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Defender, okay, from Heatvape. And this Defender, the color I bought it in, well, I didn't buy it, I'm sorry. I got this from a company called Vaper.EU, which is out in Spain, okay, since I'm in Europe. But maybe you guys can go to Heatvape.com, or if you are in Europe, you can go ahead and talk to Alex from the store from Vaper.EU. And I got this one in a black peacock color. Okay? It looks pretty awesome. It feels really good in the hand. And what's the difference between this one and the earlier models? The earlier models had 25 watts. Okay? So if you went to compare it to the iStick had 30 watts. Now this little fellow here, he has 36 watts, okay? And he can fire all the way down to 0.30 ohms, all the way up to 3 ohms. And he can fire from 2 volts all the way up to 8 volts. Okay, he has a really nice screen. He's small, fits good in the hand. A little bit bigger than the iStick, but about the size of, let's say, a Sigeli Mini, 30 watt, around that. The battery life on this one is 2600 milliamps, okay? And you got the iStick is 2200 milliamps. So you get a little bit more life, battery life on this one. It's really good. You have battery protection. You have low battery. You have cut off at 10 seconds, which works. I tried it. You have short circuit protection. And you have a low voltage protection for your battery. When it's dying out and it can't do like the 3.6 or the 3.7 volts, it automatically tells you can't do that voltage, alright? So, let's dive down close. Let's check this guy out, and let's see. I have another thing for you guys. We're going to see this little baby inside and out, okay? I'm going to take it apart and I'm going to show you how it's built inside. Let's see the battery. What's the brand of the battery? Let's see the chip in this little fella. And let's see what the buttons are made of, all of them, okay? And let's see what the inner case is made out of, in this part, on the outside made out of, okay? So I hope you guys enjoy my video, okay? Let me just take a quick vape, and I'll meet you guys down close. I'll see you guys. Okay guys, so this is a package it comes in, so let's crack this baby open and let's see what we get inside with our package, okay? First of all, it has a really nice presentation box, okay? It's in plastic, but it's see-through, you can see everything. It says Defender on the side, okay? Heatvape on the other. 36, 8 volts. Heatvape, then you can check out the channel. Okay, then on the bottom we have here product introduction, so it tells you everything about it. Okay, it says 35 watts to 8 volts. The Heatvape Defender is a powerful mini box mod that can be powered up to 36 watts. This monster fits on your palm of your hand and is extremely ergonomic, powered by a built-in 28 milliamp, 20 amp high drain battery with integrated micro USB port for easy charging. The Heatvape Defender supports 0.3 ohms sub-ohm tanks perfectly. The highlight is the incremental OLED screen displaying battery condition, resistance, wattage and voltage, parameters, size, 85 by 35 by 23 millimeters, capacity 26 milliamps, ohm level 0.3 ohms to 3 ohms. Okay, and that's everything that says in the box. Okay, so let's crack this little baby open. So we get here, take out this little sticker. Okay, and we find our little Defender. This is how it is. You have your USB port on the bottom. One thing that I wish it really had, which it doesn't have, is a bypass. It doesn't have a bypass, so when you're recharging, you cannot vape on it. Okay, I don't think you can on the iStick either. So differences we have between this little baby and the iStick: it goes from 5 to 36 watts, and the iStick goes from 5 to 30 watts. The iStick has 22 milliamp battery. This one has a 26 milliamp battery. iStick does from 2 to 8 volts. This one does from 2 to 8 volts. It costs 44 arrows, the iStick, and this one, if I'm not mistaken, costs 46 arrows. Okay, you can get this in black, silver, blue, a pink reddish. They say it's red, but I think it's kind of pink, and the black peacock. Okay, and that's about it. Then we got the safety feature that should be about the same on the other ones. There's one really cool feature that I'm going to show you when we get up close. Let's see what else is in the box. Okay, so you take out this little plastic cover on it, and you got your little USB port charger. And you got this little, you know, neck piece, which you can get it onto this side over here, okay? And you can wrap it around your neck if you want to. I don't really use this. I don't think anybody's going to use it, but hey, it comes with it, which is pretty awesome. I'm going to take out the USB because I want to see how, I want to show you guys how this thing charges. Okay, now let's get close and personal. Okay, so 5 clicks turns it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm going to turn it off again because it was backwards. Okay, hold on. See if you guys see this. It says Defender when you turn it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, Defender. It has a really nice screen. I mean, you can really see it. Okay, it's really nice. It's a nice light blue, but you can really see it, and it takes a while for it to turn off, like about, let's say about 20 seconds, I guess. It looks really good. And you have here, on top it tells you the ohms. On the bottom, it tells you what voltage you're working at, and the biggest ones is watts. If you click 3 times, 1, 2, 3, it'll change to volts. Okay, so now you can go from 2 volts all the way up to 8 volts, depending on the atomizer you have on here and the ohms you have on your atomizer. Okay, but let's go check this out. I'm going to leave it at 4.2 volts, and I'm going to change it back to watts, just so you guys can see. It's on max, okay, 36 watts. Now to bring it down, you can press it here, leave your finger on it, and if you let it go, which is pretty cool, it's automatic. Okay, it's going to go all the way down to 5 watts. It takes a while though. That's kind of, well, I don't really like it, but hey, you know, it can't be all perfect, but it's not bad. It goes down, you don't have to have your finger on it. And whenever you want to stop it, just push the up button and it stops. And we're at 21.8 watts. If you want to go all the way up to 36 watts again, well, let's go all the way down to 5. I guess you guys want to see it. Let's take it all the way down. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, because I can't see it on the specs, I think this is all made in aluminum on the inside, and this base up here is made in stainless steel. Okay, and the pin adapter I think is stainless steel also. The buttons are metal. That I've already seen, but we're gonna open this little baby up and we're gonna check it on the inside. Okay, but see, we got it all the way down to 5 watts. Now if you want to bring it up, just keep your fingers for a couple of seconds, let it go, and it'll go by itself. And I'm going to bring it all the way up to the 36 watts, which is what I'm vaping on my little turbo, which has a 0.5 ohm coil on it. Okay. The thing that I think is really cool on this is I have the Sigelli Mini, I have the Copper Mini, and they only vape up to 30 watts. And I have the IPv2S, and I really like to vape around 34, 36 watts, 40 watts. And this guy goes up to 36 watts, which is really actually at 0.5 ohms. It's where I really actually love to vape at. So I'm really liking this device. I think it's really, really cool. And that extra 6 watts of power comes in really handy, okay? And I can tell you one thing: when you fire this button, it fires automatically. I mean, I don't feel the delay. There's no rattle in it. I don't hear any rattle, okay? These buttons aren't perfectly set in, the plus and minus, but this one doesn't move, okay? One really cool feature about this is the 510 pin connection, okay? It has like this little screw thing on that comes off, and it's a spring-loaded 510, which is really cool. All your ADDIs and all your RTAs and RDAs fit perfectly on here flush, and if they don't fit flush, what you can do is, when you put this like little screw on here, if it's not flush on top of this, you just unscrew it a little. It'll always look better flush on your RDA or RTA with a little bit opening, which hasn't happened to me, but it can happen to you, okay? The RDAs and RTAs and tanks that I haven't had any problems with it, but that's what it has. Another really, really cool feature it has about this, that if you flip it over, you have your Ego connector, okay, which is really awesome. It's always with you. I don't know if anybody is still using the Egos, but if you are using like a C4 or C5, you can put it on top of here automatically, which I think is really cool. Okay, flip it around the side. I'm going to put my Turbo RDA on top, and let me just take a quick vape on it. If I press it, it's going to tell me what I have. I'm at 36 watts, and it gives me 0.5 ohms. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, and it's telling me that I'm at 4.2 volts, which is awesome. It's perfect. If you're on a mech mod, you're going to be firing the first like 10 hits at 4.2 volts, and it's going to lower. This guy's going to stay at the 4.2 volts all the way till the battery dies out, which is really cool. Okay. If you press the button, it's going to give you the seconds. All right. At 10, it's going to stop automatically. That's it. Okay. Another thing I want to show you guys is how to charge it. Okay, you charge it from the bottom. Let me just take a quick hit off of this. Okay, let me take the tank out. That's one thing I have with it. When you usually take out the tank, this bottom cap usually comes off with it. But it's no biggie. If I kept my finger on it, if I remembered, it would stay there. But, you know, you kind of have to screw it out. But like I said, it's not really important to me. If you keep your finger here on the side and unscrew it, then it's going to stay, so there's no problem with it. But I think it's really handy because for your mods to sit, for your RDAs or RTAs or tanks to sit flush on here, you can always unscrew this a little so it looks flush, okay? And you got that option that you turn it the other way around and you got your Ego connector on it, okay? Functions, it doesn't lock. It does not lock, okay? It doesn't do anything if I press two of these buttons. It doesn't press it if I press plus or minus. Nothing happens. It just says no atomizer on top of it. And if you have an atomizer with short circuit, it will say atomizer with short circuit. Okay, so now if we hook it up to the USB adapter, and one thing, I charged this yesterday with my cell phone cable, and it worked fine, okay? It took about 3 to 4 hours to charge. So if you want to hook it up on your computer, just hook this up on the bottom. Let me see. Yeah, like that. And I'm going to hook it up to my computer, and it starts charging. It has this type of screen when it's on. If I turn it off, it says bye, goodbye, and now it has this type of charge. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Okay, so that's about it, guys. So now, what am I going to do? I'm going to unhook this, and I'm going to open it up for you guys. And let's see what we have inside, okay? So, guys, so how do we open this baby up? Just unscrew the top cap. Okay, take it out. You find 2 screws here, one on each side. you should have one of these at home if you have an RDA. So you just get this your little blue screwdriver and take out these little 2 screws, okay? Let me take these out. Okay, so all you have to do is take out these little 2 screws, okay, from the top. Okay, these 2. Automatically, this is all loose. Now, if you guys really want to see the inside of this, I'm actually showing this so you guys can take it apart, because I've taken it apart more than one time. And the first time was really, really hard. So I actually want to teach you guys, if you really have to take this apart, like see something, like see the battery. Because even if this battery dies out like from a year from now, you can actually take out the battery and put a new one in and do it yourself. So I want to show you guys how to take this thing apart. Take out these 2 screws, and all you do is push this out, okay? Leave the buttons facing down, okay? And you pull this out, and everything comes out together. Isn't that cool? It's all out. Now, all I have in here is my 2 buttons, which I'm gonna let them fall out. Okay, they're made out of metal. This is the fire button. You guys can see that little fire button. Then you have your little plus and minus button that are made out of metal. Okay, the casing on the inside, really nice, really clean. It has slots so everything fits in really, really, really nice. I think that was really, really cool. So you have your battery on this side, and you have your screen on this side, which has a chip, okay? And it has a slot for the chips to go in, which is really cool. And if you want to slide like the little protection screen out, you can slide it out and clean that out also, okay? I mean, even the outing shell is made out of aluminum. I mean, it's really well made. I think this box is awesome. Look at the thickness of it. It's really cool. Now here we have our 510 connection, okay, up on top. I don't really want to push this apart. We have our battery, which is your standard 18650 battery, and you have your chip with the screen on it. Okay, want to take a look at that? Pretty cool, huh? Okay. So if, like, say you bought this and maybe from a year from now, or a year and a half, or 2 years from now, something isn't working, if you want to open it up, like say one of your weldings isn't welded in, you guys can always fix it, okay? Unless you have a problem with the chip. And the battery, if you want, you only have the positive and the negative wire. All you have to do is change your battery, put another battery in, and weld the minus with the positive exactly the same as it is, and just stick a new one in. I think this is pretty simple. Now, to get it all back into its shell, we're going to have to put the plus and minus button. Make sure you put it the right way. Okay. The bottom part also comes off. You just take out these 2 screws and they come off, or you can leave it on. I'm going to try putting this like this. Okay, plus and minus. Okay, get them on the bottom. Get your fire button on top. Make sure it fits in. Which is kind of, it's not hard, but okay, so they're both in. I don't know if you guys can see that, but they're in. Now all you have to do is get it in the slots, okay? Get this part in the slots and it should slide in. Now let me see if I can find it. And I think I did. And that's it. They are in, I think. Yeah, they're in. Okay. So now all I have to do is put my 2 screws back in. Okay. And I'm going to show you a couple of tanks. I'm going to put a couple of tanks on top of this. I'm going to put RDAs and RTAs so you guys can see how it looks. I'm going to compare it to like a Sigelli, so you guys can compare it to the size. Okay. So let's go back up, vape on it, and I'm going to tell you what I think about it. See you guys. Okay guys, that was my up close with the Defender by Heatvape. And now let's make a comparison. Okay, this is the Sigelli Mini. Okay, and this is how it looks next to the Sigelli Mini. It's a little bit smaller or shorter than the Sigelli Mini. Okay. And a little bit thinner. Okay. I had the iStick in my hand. I don't have an iStick. Okay, I just want to tell you guys right off the bat, I don't have an iStick, but putting this next to the iStick is exactly the same, but the iStick, it doesn't have this top cap. But don't forget, You can change this from a 510 connection up until an Ego connection. It has the connector on top. That's why it has this extra piece on it. And it will always sit flush. And I can always have this facing the front wherever I want, because all I have to do is turn it and it'll turn, okay? Which I think is a really, really cool feature about it. This is how it looks next to IPv2S, okay? Battery life on this, it's been lasting me for the whole day, okay? I got this on last Thursday, and I've been testing it out so I can tell exactly how it works for me to tell to you guys. And I'm telling you, if I think it's an iStick killer, oh yeah, I do. For an extra two arrows or $2, and you get an extra 6 watts on it. I need those 6 watts, to tell you the truth. Like I say, on my IPV, I use it at 34, 36, 38 watts. 36 on a 0.5 ohm coil, I get 4.2 volts, which is actually perfect. 30 watts, how much do you get? Well, let's check it out. Let's get all the way down to 30. .9 volts, guys. 3.9 volts. Okay? With 36 watts, you get 4.2 volts. So that's something to consider, right? Let's see. This is the turbo I have on top, the RDA. Let's see how it looks with, let's say, the famous, which I love it, the Heracles. This is with the Heracles. 36 watts, guys. Well, I put it down to 30 so you guys can see. It's going by itself, okay? Let it stop at 36 watts. And there we have it, 36 watts. Let's try it out. With the Heracles, I got 4.6 volts because it's a 0.6 ohm coil. Let's try them out. Oh yeah, baby. It's a rocking and it's a rolling. Oh yeah. Awesome little device, guys. So check it out. Either go to Heatvape.com, or if you're in Europe, and I suggest you go check him out at Vapervaporpt.com. I'll leave the link on the description at the bottom. Okay, and I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, because I'm going to have a lot more stuff for you guys. So I'll see you next time on Vipervaporpt. And don't forget, you guys, rock on and vape hard. Oh yeah.